Productivity is one of the most beautiful words in business. It sounds clean, efficient, scientific. Who could be against productivity? But productivity always has a second question attached. Productivity for whom? If AI helps one worker do the work of 3 people, what happens? There are several possibilities. Maybe the worker earns more. Maybe the company hires fewer people. Maybe customers get lower prices. Maybe shareholders get higher margins. Maybe management raises expectations. Maybe the worker keeps the same salary, but now has triple the output requirement. The technology itself does not decide. The power structure decides. This is the point many AI optimists skip. They talk about productivity as if increased output automatically benefits everyone. But history is not that simple. A tool can make work easier. A tool can also make exploitation more efficient. A tool can free time. A tool can also raise the quota. A tool can empower a worker. A tool can also make it easier for the worker to monitor, measure, compare, and replace. So when someone says, AI will make everyone more productive, I want to ask, who captures the extra productivity? The employee, the customer, the founder, the platform, the investor, the company that owns the model, the cloud provider that owns the infrastructure? This is why the second voice asks, who owns the computing power? Who owns the platform? Who owns the data? Who owns distribution? Because the owner of the tool often captures more value than the user of the tool. That does not mean users get nothing, but it means you should not confuse access with ownership. You may use the AI, but someone else may own the system, and that difference is the difference between leverage and dependency. Now let's return to the optimistic voice. The person inside AI is not lying, but he has a bias, not a moral failure, a position bias. When you succeed through knowledge, it is natural to believe knowledge is the main lever. When you studied hard, competed hard, entered elite schools, earned rare skills, and got rewarded, the world looks like a merit system. And for some people, it is. For certain highly skilled workers, especially in technical fields, knowledge really can change everything. But that experience does not generalize perfectly. A person inside the top tier of technical talent is not seeing the same AI economy as an average office worker, a taxi driver, a warehouse worker, a junior designer, or a small seller trying to survive on thin margins. For the elite engineer, AI is a frontier. For the ordinary worker, AI may arrive as a new requirement from management. For the founder, AI is leverage. For the employee, AI may be surveillance. For the investor, AI is margin expansion. For the freelancer, AI may be price compression. For the customer, AI may be convenient. For the worker, AI may be a competition. Same technology, different position, different outcome. So when someone says, the barrier is knowledge, not money, that may be true in his life. But in the real economy, barriers are layered. Knowledge matters, but so does capital, time, health, language, location, immigration status, family background, network, risk tolerance, industry timing, platform access, luck. The Silicon Valley worldview is powerful because it rewards intelligence, but it can become naive when it forgets the body, the tired body, the aging body, the working body, the body that does not have infinite hours to reinvent itself. But now we must be fair again. The critical voice also has a bias. Its bias is despair. It sees the structure so clearly that it can start to underestimate agency. It sees inequality, platforms, and capital. It sees course sellers and false hope. And because it sees all of that, it may become too absolute. It may say, the AI wave has nothing to do with ordinary people. That sentence is emotionally powerful, but it is not completely true. AI does have something to do with ordinary people. Even if you do nothing, it will enter your workplace. It will enter your phone, customer service, search, shopping, and education. It will enter video production, logistics, and advertising. It will enter almost every digital surface around you. The critique is right that most people will not become rich from AI, but it is wrong if it suggests ordinary people can ignore AI completely. You do not need to worship AI, but you cannot pretend it does not exist. In my opinion, the correct attitude is neither hype nor denial. The correct attitude is cold usage. No romance, no panic, no worship, no course addiction. Just ask, can this tool save me time? Can it improve my output? Help me learn? Can it reduce mistakes? Increase my leverage in something I already do? If yes, use it. If no, ignore it. That is the adult relationship with AI. Not fear, not fantasy, utility. Now we have to talk about the ugliest part, the people selling the dream. Every technological shift creates a class of middlemen, not builders, not researchers, not operators, middlemen. They stand between the technology and the public, and their job is to make the technology feel mysterious enough that you pay them. If AI becomes simple, they lose power. If AI becomes normal, they lose power. If AI becomes built into every app, they lose power. So they need AI to remain dramatic. They need you to feel like there is a secret prompt, a secret workflow, a secret agent system, a secret automation stack, a secret way to make $10,000 a month using tools you barely understand. And of course, they have the secret for a price. This is why the critique says one of the most reliable AI businesses is teaching other people how to make money with AI. Because selling a dream is easier than building a company. A company needs customers. A dream only needs fear. A company needs retention. A dream only needs a good landing page. A company needs real value. A dream only needs screenshots. And this is where I want to be blunt. If someone's main proof that AI can make money is that they make money teaching AI, be careful. That does not mean they know nothing, but it means their business model depends on your insecurity. Their customer is not the market. Their customer is you. The earlier critique transcript makes this point sharply. People without an original business can turn the audience itself into the business, selling AI workflows, memberships, and income screenshots rather than proving a real underlying operation. That line is harsh, but it is often true. So, who actually wins from AI? Let's be specific. The first winners are obvious. The companies are building the models, the cloud providers, the chip companies, the platforms with users, the companies with proprietary data, the firms that can integrate AI into existing workflows. The second group of winners are people who already have leverage. A business owner with a customer service volume, a seller with thousands of product listings, a content team producing daily media, a law firm with document workflows, a software team with repetitive coding tasks, a logistics company with routing and forecasting problems, a marketing agency with repeatable creative processes. For these people, AI is not a fantasy. It is a cost reducer. It can remove friction, reduce headcount needs, speed up production, increase output, and make existing systems more efficient. That is real, not glamorous, but real. And this is where both sides meet. The optimistic side says AI increases productivity. The critical side says productivity mostly matters when connected to the existing business. Exactly. AI is not a magic seed. It is fertilizer. If there is soil, it helps things grow. If there is no soil, you are just pouring fertilizer on concrete. That is why business first, tool second is the most practical line in the entire debate. If you already sell products, use AI to improve listings, images, customer service, ads, and operations. If you already create content, use AI to research, outline, edit, translate, repurpose, and test titles. If you already work in a trade, use AI to quote faster, organize jobs, communicate with clients, document work, and manage schedules. If you already have industry knowledge, use AI to package that knowledge better. But if you have no skill, no market, no audience, no offer, no distribution, and no patience, AI will not hand you a life. It will hand you infinite options, and infinite options can become another prison. If driverless taxis become common, what happens to taxi drivers? The optimistic answer is historically familiar. When cars appeared, carriage drivers disappeared, but new jobs were created: mechanics, drivers, factory workers, gas stations, insurance, road systems, logistics, dealerships. Every technological revolution destroys some jobs and creates others. That is true, but there is a human detail hidden inside that sentence. The person who loses the old job is not always the person who gets the new job. That is the part history books make too clean. Yes, society may eventually adjust, but individuals do not live in eventually. They live in rent due next month. They live on school fees. They live with medical bills. They live in aging knees, have no savings, no retraining budget, and no guarantee that the new job will be available to them. So when someone says, new jobs will appear, the correct response is, for whom, where, when, at what wage, with what training, and what happens during the transition. AI-driven job change to earlier industrial transitions, including the possibility that taxi drivers may lose work while new types of work emerge. That comparison is historically reasonable, but morally incomplete, because macroeconomic adjustment can still be a personal disaster. A country can become richer while certain workers become poorer. A company can become more efficient while employees become disposable. A technology can be good for humanity in the long run and brutal to specific people in the short run. Both can be true. That is why any honest AI conversation must include transition pain, not just innovation, not just abundance, pain.